1, 2, 1, 2. So, are we officially back to uploading? Now, I'm hoping so. I really am. I'm really hoping that we are back to uploading on our previous schedule, especially when it comes to a lot of the ps4. A lot of the ps4 games. And I'm trying to pick back up where I left off with Life is Strange. Now, one thing that I forgot about that the PS4 had, and I always heard about that 360 having it, but it was something that I could never find, or it was something that we never knew how to use, especially a good portion, a good majority of us, and that is the recording device that's already built into the system in order to record gameplay, in order to share it, upload it, things out of that nature. And I decided to go ahead and use it for the first time on Life is Strange. Now, it was supposed to be done uploading. It gave me an error that it couldn't upload it. So I'm trying to upload it again. The process is slow. It is a very slow uploading process to it. One thing that I wanted to try to do, and something that sounded good in theory, and I'll show you guys. Sorry if the camera's a bit moving. I gotta kind of do this. Shit. Give me a minute. Okay. So, in the beginning of the video, you guys seen the PS2 menu displayed on my laptop. That's because what I use for that is a converter device, a converter program from VHS to DVD. And yes, it is mainly made for VHSs. There's certain plugins, for that, which is pretty much, these right here, these AVs that go inside other AVs as well. And it works good for older game systems. It works good for the older game systems. That's what I was using and how I was able to capture a lot of the, PS2 gameplay. Now, I did have a capture device, and I will get back to that. So I bought this AV USB cable, right? I plugged it in to the front of my PS4, nothing shows up. Plugged it into the other component, waiting for a signal to show up, absolutely nothing. So it did not work. Now, maybe because I tried to plug it in from the front. Now, we all know the PS4 takes an HDMI plug-in. Now, do they sell HDMI AV cables? Absolutely. Is there a way to capture gameplay like that if I were to properly plug it into the back? Maybe. I don't exactly know. And the thing is, try to take the easy way out of doing it, trying to save some money. I wouldn't mind when I get a bit of extra money. Something that I'll do is buy the HDMI AV cable and plug that into the back of the PS4 onto the adapter device and turn on the program and see if it'll be able to capture definitely like that, right? Definitely like that. But then there's a good chance it probably won't work. But it doesn't hurt to get, $10 in total, probably. But then, going back to what I said, I did have a capture device before, and I still do. I still have that capture device. I don't know the name of it. It was black and red. And I bought it for, I think, $140 at the time, if I remember correctly. And I know shipping was pretty expensive at that time as well. And when I used it, it had a bit of issues because it was older. It was brand new, but it was an older capture device. And it came short cabled. It just had short plug-ins. I had to do what I needed to do to definitely get a longer HDMI, but the power cable was just short, so I had to have it slanted to the side, kind of crooked, in order for it to really connect and for it to work. Now, you couldn't record your voiceover during the process of it. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that. It doesn't let you do that, even though it has the mic plug-in, it just doesn't let you do it. And a lot of those capture devices, really don't let you record your voice over them. They honestly don't, from what I understand. So a lot of it that people do, they record their gameplay, put their gameplay on, a video editing movie maker, and then they pre-record their voiceover over what they just had in order to get those reactions, to make them seem real, to make them seem definitely authentic as can be. Wait, what does that say? Oh, wait. Got a notification. Did it properly upload? Did this just properly upload? Well, we're going to go ahead and see right here. So I'm going to go to my channel really quick right here. Exit out of this. This says it's still uploading. It says it's still uploading. And it is. It is. So it does work. It does work. That's good, because I thought this was something that Sony, I thought it may be something that they would have stopped, doing, because I know they discontinued their servers with the PS4. So I'm going to download this, and I think what I'm going to do when it comes to stuff like this is just download them. Have them on file just in case they disappear. But let me go ahead and just download this for my own stuff right here. That way, if it is a fluke of some sort, that way I'll have it downloaded and I can upload it again if need be. But I'm glad that works. So you can record gameplay like I just did right now through your PS4 without having to spend some money on certain devices. However, going back to the story at hand, which will tie back into this, I had to slant it a certain way in order for it to work, and I recorded a lot of gameplay that I had, for the Jazzy Entertainment channel and things out of that nature, that definitely, it allowed me to do that. It did. It allowed me to definitely record that gameplay. And there was a new one that I was looking at, a really decent size from the looks of it, red and black, 3 different plugins for certain things. Like, you got the one plugin that goes into the computer with the programming. Then you got the one that plugs into the ps4 and then into the TV and stuff like that, which seems really, really great. So it really makes, one think, when it comes to that, like how well, will that work? And it seems like it would work, like $39, so I'd imagine with tax and shipping, maybe around $50, which is not bad. So hopefully when I get some extra money coming in, hopefully I do. If I do, I'm going to get those 2 things. And one thing I thought about, and it did come to mind, well, what about 360? Because I wouldn't mind doing 360. The problem is, I've done a video talk about how the 360 didn't age well for 15 years. It just didn't, so I don't want to waste my money. I do get the nostalgia purpose of it. Like I do understand. But for me, the 360 as a console, especially when it comes to certain games, did not, and I mean just did not age well. It did not age well at all for 15 years. I hate the way that sounds, but it didn't. And a lot of people that say this, oh man, you tripping, things out of that nature. Maybe I am, but to me, it just didn't age well. That's why, I'm not going to be in no rush. You know what I'm saying? To go out there and buy the 360 again. I'm just not going to do it. If I do it, it's just going to be for nostalgia purposes, because I still got all my games for it. But I want to make sure if I do, it's going to be the one, it's going to be something that's going to work. You know what I'm saying? And just have it, it really packed up. And maybe I might test it out with this because I'm still going to keep this. I'm still going to keep this. And there's one thing people have to understand. You know, with the white 360 and the black 360, there are different sizes of the AV cables. There are definitely. I learned that because the black 360, I ended up buying the white 360 VA cable plug-in, and the butt end of it, right, was bigger, and it broke the 360 in the back. It still worked, but it broke that plug-in part where you would put the VA plug-in, but and plug it in it like the butt end of it. Well, come to find out, the slim version is a lot thinner, so there are different sizes when it comes to that. And again, you know, I might do that, but at the same time, I'm kind of iffy about it. But it all depends because consoles are changing. You know, consoles are changing, and how you capture devices are changing as well. How you capture devices are changing as well. So it's going to be one of those things that I am going to have to think about if I want to decide to spend the money to reinvest in a 360 again. You know, just to have it. You know, not to use it, not to play it, but just to have it. And when it comes to capturing devices, like, if you can't afford a capture device at the moment, then I do recommend using the record thing that's already pre-built in the PS4, because that's what I'm going to have to use for right now. It is a longer process, but even when you use the capture device, it's still going to be a longer process, because once you have your footage recorded, you're going to have to edit some of it on an editing program, and then once you get it, you're going to have to render your video as it's saving, and then once it's done, then you're going to have to upload your video to your channel. So either way, you still have to wait in terms of upload time. But as far as I'm concerned, I am going to be using the pre-recorded device that is already built into the PS4. And I want to give you guys gameplay on the PS4 because I have so many other games that I want to get to you guys. At the same time, I am saving up money to get a PS5. So I want to finish with my PS4 stuff by the time I get the PS5. Because then we're just going to move on from the PS5. I'm still going to keep my PS4, but I'm going to have it packed away. I'm going to have it protected. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm not going to get rid of it, though. So, you know, one of the questions that remains, and I think a lot of people do need to ask, you know, what do you guys prefer as gamers? Like, do you prefer things that are live streamed or things that are pre-recorded? Because there are troubles when it comes to live streaming on consoles versus something that's a PC. You know, a PC, I think, is more capable, more strongly built, especially it has a lot more software for the users to purchase, which makes it easier to stream versus a console. So I think when it comes to live streaming, it'd be more preferable on a PC. But for gameplay, I think pre-recorded gameplay for a console is more acceptable because, yes, you are going to have to go through a longer process like I talked about with the editing, waiting for certain things to load up even before you get to edit because you got to wait for certain data to show up. You know, once you edit, you know, you're saving the video as it's rendering, and then you got to upload it to YouTube. So yeah, it's a longer process, but once it's done, you know, they have the choice where you can premiere what you recorded live on your channel. You know, you have that option. Me, I think preferably I do prefer pre-recorded, especially now because with Sony, what they're doing, you know, with definitely the new generation consoles, right, is that they're only going to do 5-year per console, especially when it comes to their servers with those consoles. Because, you know, like I talked about before, and this does have to do, you know, with if you're going to choose to do live streaming or pre-recorded, you know, understand that with the PS3 and Xbox 360 from both Microsoft and Sony, both of those consoles been around for 15 years. Their servers went on for 14 years. They discontinued their servers early this year before the pandemic ever happened. But with I think it's the Xbox One plus the PS4 with Sony and Microsoft, those systems only been around for 5 years. And now they really discontinued their servers because when you try to live stream on your PS4, they're not going to let you do it because they want a lot of people to switch to the PS5, but nobody can really afford a PS5 or the new Xbox right now. So the question is, are they going to do the consoles like, okay, we're only going to have them going for 5 years with the servers for 5 years. Once we come up with something new, we discontinue the servers for the older console. That's really not a good business decision. In my opinion, it's just something that's not a good business decision. That's how you lose so much business by doing that. But Sony, they're going to make the money along with Microsoft. So, with anybody, I say, do pre-record. Even if you don't have the money to get a good capture device right now at the moment, use what's in the PS4 and save some money up because that's what I'm going to be doing, to definitely invest into a capture device so I can give you guys gameplay from what I have. And we are going to be taking a break right now from retro gaming. I got 3 videos left for Data Frog I'm going to be holding on to. And I still got some good PS2 games still left. There are going to be some I do want to get buffed out. The 50 Cent game, Star Wars Episode 3, and Tomb Raider Fallen Angel. I do want to get those buffed out. And it seems for so long, all I've been doing was just giving you guys retro gaming because the servers are discontinued on the PS4. But now that I can pre-record right now without using software, that's good. It may not be great, but it's good. And I want to do it as long as I need to do it until I can definitely get the money for what I need to definitely give you guys something a bit more better as well, especially when it comes time for me to get the PS5. So, there's definitely that, but we are back. We're definitely back, and it's gonna be a bit a while, for each video to definitely get onto the YouTube channel because I'm using what's built in right now again with the PS4. So, with that being said,